Hello seekers, welcome to Punneit Astrology, your one-stop astro channel. Mercury, the planet of communication, data, the planet that rules Virgo and Gemini, will be in Libra zodiac sign and it will continue until the first week of November. Now, because Mercury is in Libra, by its position in Libra, Mercury is in a relatively good position. It is second from Virgo, it is fifth from Gemini. So you see, by the distance from the zodiac, Mercury is in a really good position. But then Mercury is in a zodiac sign of Venus, which is the natural 7th house, and logic fails here. If the only way you can apply Mercurian logic is if you are bringing two pieces and you are finishing, you are joining them and you are merging like a marriage of two things. But that's it. There is no separation here because Ketu is also shifting out of the Libra angle. So the more you are inclusive, the more you are trying to connect things, you are trying to connect the dots, the more successful you will become during this time. One more thing, there will be Sun and Mars in the Libra zodiac sign throughout the Mercury transit in Libra. That means Mercury is not going to act independently. Mercury will be with the Sun and Mangal. Therefore, aggression, aggressive communication, aggressive body language should be controlled. But you also have to defend yourself, and self-defense will be the key. Reading Bhagavad Gita and Vishnu Sahasranam will make you understand a lot of secrets, not only in your personal, but also in your professional life, and will make you more spiritual, which is also one of the function of Ketu transit in Virgo. I have made a video, you can watch that video in my channel. Let's start ascendant-wise analysis for Mercury transit in Libra zodiac sign. Aries ascendant. For Aries, Mercury will move in the 7th house. Mercury is not that comfortable in this house because it's logic in the zodiac sign of relationship. But this is also the time where truce can come, where coalitions can happen, where marriages can happen. But you have to ensure that you are not overthinking or over-applying logic where you should not apply the logic. So apply your brain, but to a limited extent, and then follow your heart. It's a great time for people involved in businesses. It is a great time for people involved in banking and finance sector. And a lot of people who are in event management, wedding, photography, wedding related business will see great boost in their career. Also, because it is your third lord coming in the 7th house, it shows that a lot of people will express themselves more openly, especially in the matters of love and relationship. And in a marriage, if you are expressing yourself, you have to be considerate about the feeling of the partner, because you may apply the logic, but the person may not be ready to listen. Also, refrain from giving advice where you are not asked to give any advice. Taurus. For Taurus, Mercury will be in the 6th house along with Mars and Sun. So this may make you very aggressive. It may put you in a competition kind of environment. If you like that, you will become successful, but it also means that you will have to apply your intellect in case you are in trouble. This can go against relationships, your ego, your anger, or simply a sense of competition can kill the charm of relationship. So be mindful of that. But if you are stuck in any court case, if there is a matter, ongoing matter in your family or in your business, that may come to a solution, especially because Ketu will leave this particular house, the house of Libra, on 30th of October. So once Ketu exits the Virgo zodiac sign, the Libra zodiac sign, Mercury position will become much more stronger. But be very careful when you're investing money. Debts may increase and you may take debts to solve the problems of your life, which is not a good idea. So rather, clearing of the debt, focusing on the health, focusing on the overall well-being should be the theme when Mercury is in Libra. Gemini. For you, your 1st house and 4th house is ruled by Buddha. When this Buddha comes in the 5th house, naturally this is a good by the placement of the planet with respect to the Rashi. And this Mercury will give you a good productivity of life, especially if you are in finance industry, if you are into FMCG, if you are into trading, if you are into education portfolio. But you have to also understand that there is a Mars and Sun placement in the 5th house, and there is also Ketu until 30th of October. So overthinking, overanalysis, overjudging someone, misjudging someone, especially your children, can break the relation or create gaps. So this is the time when if you think somebody is wrong, sometimes you have to explain or involve yourself in a very polite way, because Mars and Sun will make your language or expression very aggressive. People who are preparing for IAS, IPS examination, for forces examination, this is going to be a good time for such students. And somebody who are very aggressive in their career will see logic coming your way, and this Mercury will create a lot of balance. But you may have to handshake and find a middle path. Things may not absolutely go your way, but it's a good time overall, if I have to say, for Gemini ascendant. Cancer zodiac sign. For you, Mercury rules your 12th house and Mercury rules your 3rd house, and this Mercury goes in the 4th house. Now, because Budh will be in the 4th house, this may give you a kind of a thought where you will think to buy assets and properties, especially because of Mars and Sun being in the 4th house. Wait until Ketu leaves the sign of Libra and goes to the sign of Virgo, and ensure that your calculations are verified by somebody else. Then you need professional help according to the work that you do. Also, this is the time when you will be highly focused on matters related to your own home, and this may increase expenses. This is also the time when, in order to find your comfortable spot, you might choose to shift your career, you might choose to take initiatives towards your career and towards finding a place where you can display your skills, and you can also improve on your talent, which is all good. And therefore Mercury will be a kind of a transit which will help your talent grow, and which will also give you name and fame, but not immediately. So allow the planets to do their work and give it some time. For Leo ascendant will experience Mercury transit in the 3rd house, and therefore this can make you really aggressive in communication. So be mindful of that. Also, people who are writer, journalists will see great boost. Even students of these fields will see positive energies favoring your way. A 3rd house Mercury means totally analytical communication, and also ability to understand the perspective as a whole, and it is a brilliant time to join the dots. So if you are into research work, this can be a great time for you. You can actually take positive initiatives towards your life. Just ensure that because Rahu's movement will be in the 8th house, you are not fixed by an illusion. Your mind is not focused on something that is. It should not be like you are doing a research, assuming that it is a positive research, but in the end, it made no sense. So be very practical there. Improving your soft skills, taking some certification, doing some certifications, and acquiring more data and knowledge will be the theme of this transit. So do not jump into conclusion, don't judge quickly, don't be judgmental during this time. Rather, allow the data to come and do not react. Wait, and you will see that everything will start making sense pretty soon. Virgo. Virgo is also ruled by Mercury, so is your 10th house, and Mercury will go in the 2nd house. So this might make you pretty insecure about your career, the condition in the family, and maybe the situation or circumstances around you, around your finances, around your family, may make you think new perspectives or new angle towards your career. This may be a requirement coming your way that is making you think to find a new job. Maybe something is happening in your career, maybe there is a fight going on and you are feeling insecure, and therefore you are planning to shift jobs, you are planning to find a new domain. So this is a great time to start something new. Anyways, Ketu will come in your 1st house and will give you a new identity. Mercury will only help you figuring out what is best for you. It may not be that you will be acting immediately, but if you have something in your plan, if you know something, if you can do something, then plan and make your way ahead. Maybe starting a YouTube video channel or an Instagram or a social media account, or maybe you have some talent like singing, or even you have this great knack to play with data, you are a data engineer or scientist. All that is positive, all that is good for you. But you will have to understand that you have to master your own self and know your talent, and then what can you do with it, plan that out. Libra. Now in case of Libra, Mercury will be in your first house. This means that you will be overcritical about yourself. Remember, Mars and Sun is also in the first, so don't be too aggressive, don't punish yourself. Don't feel guilty if you don't reach a milestone, don't finish a task, don't meet a deadline. That's okay. Mercury in the first house is actually very good transit for you, especially considering the fact that Mercury is your ninth lord. This is also a time when you will meet a long distance friend, or if you are in a long distance relationship, then you will become much more happy. You will be thinking more in a more logical manner. This is a great time to be a medium of truce between two parties. And if you have problem with someone, a friend, family member, this can be a time when if you become very positive, if you take the initiatives, you can fill the gap. Totally up to you. But Mercury in the first house overall gives you great growth, but also will bring some extra expenses, especially expenses that you will do on yourself. Scorpio. Now in case of Scorpio, Mercury transit will happen in your 12th house, and 12th house Mercury transit will increase expenses. You also have to see that Mars and Sun will also be in the 12th house, and Mars and Sun is also expenses and release of energy. So rather this is a time for cleansing, detoxification, eat healthy, eat light, and what has to be released. If you have something in your mind, write it down, journal it, release it, talk to somebody. And also if you have some debts, that debts might also be cleared, but because of the money that you have, so it will act as an expense. You will see it as an expense. So be careful there. 12th house Mercury can make you more confused. That is why it's a time to relax, not overthink, and chant Ganesh Bij Mantra, Om Gam Ganapate Nama, or Ganesh Kavach. Sagittarius. Now in case of Sagittarius ascendant, Mercury again is a very important planet. It rules your 7th and 10th house, and Mercury goes in the 11th house. New network circle will build up. You will get new contacts. You will also see that your communication will be accepted by many and your words will be loved by many, but be very careful. Be mindful of your language that you use, the kind of vocabulary that you use, because of Sun and Mars being in the 11th house. What may happen is that because of the Sun, Mars, Mercury combination happening in the Libra zodiac sign, this can bring in losses because of your communication. Also, this is the time when aggression will destroy marriage, aggression will destroy your reputation, and you may lose friends, especially because of the debilitated Sun. You should also not forget that Venus will be in the Virgo zodiac sign from 3rd of November. And when Venus is in Virgo zodiac sign, Venus will be with Ketu. So Venus, which is the dispositor of the 11th house, may give you financial losses, and you may have to immediately change or maneuver your way the moment you see problems in your career. But given enough time, this Mercury will settle down, and this Mercury is aspecting your 5th house, so it is a good learning for you. So if you are a good student in life, you will achieve better than what you have expected. Capricorn. For Capricorn, Mercury will be in the 10th house. It's a good transit. Sun, Mars and Mercury combination in the 10th house gives you name, fame, reputation. It is overall a good picture. So this is the time when you will be able to communicate what you deserve in life. Say you deserve a promotion, it is a time when you will be able to communicate, because Libra energies is a very balancing and soothing energy. After 30th of October, Ketu will also not be in Libra. So there is no negative disturbance in Libra as an energy. So this is the time when your communication will bring balance. So if you are into a kind of a business deal, that deal might go through. If you want to talk to someone like your father and you want to convince someone, that might happen. If you are giving interviews during this time for your job change, things will go in the positive direction. So, this gives you an opportunity. How will you encash that opportunity totally depends upon your position of Mercury and Saturn in your birth chart. So, do give a thought about that and chanting Vishnu Sahasranam every day will be really helpful. Aquarius. For Aquarius ascendant, Mercury will be in the 9th house. This means that this will give you an opportunity to see things in a bigger picture. You will be able to connect the dots basically for events that happened in the past and the events that are happening in the present. So you will now come to know what is happening, why it is happening in your life. So you will be able to reason out things. It will give you that higher knowledge, and people who are in PhDs, who are into export and import business, who are traveling constantly will benefit by this Mercury transit in Libra. Businessmen especially and all young entrepreneurs will see that energy and enthusiasm coming your way, but you may have to be ready to scrap your current plan and start afresh. And rest assured that the planets are going to help you on that. So don't be scared, be motivated and move on. Pisces. For Pisces, Mercury transit will happen in the 8th house. Now, it's not just Mercury, but Mars and Sun also in the 8th. So it's the time when you have to focus more on the securities of life. You should give more research. Sit with the problem and try to find a solution. You may not have to act on it right now, but doing a research work, finding the right angles to the problem that you have is what you should do. And that is the theme of the Mercury transit in Libra. This can otherwise create problems related to money and problems related to brother-in-law if you are married with your spouse, because your 7th lord is in the 8th house. Sudden change of events in your spouse's life can affect you. Also, you have to be very careful about your health. Anger can create stress, and stress can create BP issues. And if you already have hypertension or BP related issue, you should be careful. Focus more on the occult side of life, on the research side of life, and someone who is a scientist, who is into research work, who is into advanced data analysis, quantum physics, you can name it, will be benefiting greatly by this Mercury transit. Secure your life by planning and strategizing finances around you.